Hi, it's Hard Money Mike. Last time we talked about one of the pillars to this strategy of buying properties under market and being able to capture that equity was being able to use your appraised value over your costs. Today we're going to kind of go over exactly how you maximize your appraisal so we can make sure we get as close as we can to that after repair value in your appraisal. So number one, we need to understand that this is a third party. This appraiser is a third party who knows little to nothing about our transaction except for what you bought it for and what they're going to look at today when they come out and do your appraisal. So this appraiser is a third party that has to answer to someone being the underwriter. So we have to make sure we give them a nice clear picture of why we want them to come up with a value on the appraisal that's as close as to our ARV as possible. So number two, so we understand that the appraiser's the third party and we have to make sure his job is easy, her job is easy. So let's start with the beginning. When they pull up to your property, what is the curb appeal? It matters. This matters because if they pull up and they see overgrown grass, weeds, broken windows, porches that are falling in, they're gonna walk up and go, well, they really haven't done anything to the property. So the appraiser's gonna have the amount you bought it for, and they're gonna start out this whole process by pulling up to your property and going like, nothing has really changed. So they're probably gonna come in at your value or maybe even less. So make sure when they pull up, it looks really good to get this appraiser looking into the true value of the neighborhood. Number two is curb appeal. 3 is work and quality. So what work did you do to the property and is the quality there? So when they walk through the house, is the carpet still worn? Are the cabinets still hanging off? And if you did the work, is it up to at least the rental grade? Because they're gonna walk in and wanna know, is someone gonna rent this property? And are they gonna rent it for the maximum in the neighborhood? We're trying to make this person's job as easy as possible. So when they have to go and justify it to the underwriter, they could come back and say, well, they cleaned it up, the quality of the work was really good. They've changed out a lot of different things. So we're here to make their life as easy as possible. So the quality of the work, but also how clean it is. And this comes in 2 different types. Number one, if you bought a property and it needed work and there's no tenant in there, what does it look like when they're walking through? Is all the work, the sawdust, everything done? Does it look like someone could move in then and there? So they could actually have a good perspective of what someone's gonna look at. Number 2 is if you bought a property and the tenant is already in the property and they have dishes piled up, can't even walk through the floor, that's gonna actually have a negative impact more than likely on the appraiser too. So how do you help this tenant? Maybe you help them get someone in to help clean it up. Maybe that's part of your, welcome to new management is like, hey, we're gonna help you come in and clean it up, get all this stuff as clean as possible, as nice as possible. So when the appraiser comes in, they have a reason to feel good about this property. Number 5 is let them know what you've done. So take pictures. Keep receipts. This person does not know what it looked like when you bought it. Was it trashed? Was it a hoarder house? Was it things were broken, windows were broken, carpet was in disrepair? They don't know what it looked like and they don't understand why you got it at a cheaper price. So if you've taken pictures of and kept receipts of all the work you've done and you left it there for them to actually look at, that allows them when they go back to justify why it's now worth the after repair value or as close as it can. And we come up with an after repair value, let's just say in our other example is $300,000. and you bought it and you're all into it for $240. The appraiser, we want to make sure they get as close to that ARV, that 300 as possible. Doing good work, they might even go up higher or they might go lower. Our job is to make sure that this person has every reason to give us the appraisal at the highest level they can. So once again, remember, when we're looking at this whole process, when we're buying stuff at wholesale, we're trying to get to the value of the ARV and have the appraiser do that. That's the whole essence of this, is getting the built-in equity to limit the amount of cash you have to put into the property. And that all comes back to what you do and how you present it to the appraiser. Well, thanks for taking time today. And if you haven't seen the other video of exactly why we're using the appraised value and why it's so important, check it out on our website. We'll have a link right down here for you to be able to click right through it. And we have a lot of other tools there to help you too. Our whole goal is to help you succeed faster so you can enjoy that life you're looking for.